Welcome to I Am One, where I am one with the Creator and one with myself. This morning, I wanted to make some ash so that any future workings that I would be doing that requires it, I would have some on hand. And what I used to make this ash was some sage. I grew some sage in my garden, and then I dried it, and then I added it to this pile. But in making this ash, sage is a plant that is good for purifying. So, if you put it in a liquid, put it in some water. I will take some and put it in some water with some cut up lemon, and will make like a spiritual cleanser, or spiritual. They call it spiritual bath. I also use it to wash my floors, to cleanse and purify the floors. But in making the ash, I want you to see, and even when using the wash, I want you to understand that this notion of cleansing and purifying is a beautiful notion. It sounds good, but it's an ugly process. And in making this ash, while the properties are going to be healing and the smoke that comes from it is healing and it's purifying, and you can, walk yourself through the smoke and cleanse yourself, when you take the bath, when you do it in the liquid form and you take the bath, it's beautiful because it's clean and it's running down your body. But when you look at the water after it has touched you, it's not as clean. It's not as pretty. It's not as clear anymore. Why? Because cleansing is dirty. It's dirty work. Making this ash, while the smoke smelled wonderful because of the sage, it's dirty. This is the remnants of the filth, the remnants of the dirt, the remnants of the unclean in order to make you clean. So I talked about owning the smudge, right? I talked about dealing with your crap, dealing with the dirt. This is one way you're dealing with your dirt. And this is the dirt when all is said and done. When you've dealt with the smudge and you've gotten yourself clean and you've purified yourself, this is what's left. But there is power in this dirt, in this ash, in what comes off. Because this signifies you've dealt with whatever you need to deal with. It signifies that you've addressed whatever the issue is. It signifies that you were honest enough to do the work. And now this becomes a work for something in the future that needs to be dealt with. This comes a work. It is, and it's relevant to your experience. Because you have gone through the experience, now you can talk about it and you can help somebody else through it because you have dealt with it firsthand and it is very personal to you. Now when it comes to somebody else, you can blow that on them and you can help to purify them. You can share your experience and help them to walk through theirs and their cleansing process and their dealing and owning their smudge. It's a beautiful circle. It is like the circle of life. We're born, we live, we die, so that another birth can come forth and live and die, so that another life can come forth, live and die. And it's what we leave behind that helps to make a better way for someone else. Don't look at your failures as something to hide. Look at your failures as an opportunity to give birth and life to someone else. Don't hide your mishaps. Don't hide the fact that you had children out of wedlock. Don't hide that from your children. Share that with them so that they don't go through the same thing. Share that so that their decisions will be better. Don't hide it from them because you're ashamed, because you don't want to be seen by them in this diminished light. Let your light shine, honey. You've learned from that mistake. You chose life in the midst of that mistake, and you've given life, and now help to make that life better. That is the power of the cleanse, the power of purification. Not because you're so clean and you're so holy and you've never committed a sin. It's because you have, and you've walked through the dirt, and you've gone through the fire, and you've come through and you have the ashes to prove it. And now you are capable and able and the best resource to speak on it. Not some book, you. Not some article, not something on Google or Facebook. It is you. Your living, breathing testimony. It is you. Cleansing is dirty, but it brings forth life. And with that, peace and blessings to you all.